Hello, welcome back to 13.1 right angle trigonometry. I'm doing the guided practice problems, numbers 5 through 7. And if you're using the textbook, it's page 933, or the PDF of the textbook is on page 10. We are going to use the trig functions to find missing side lengths. And this is all the problems that we're going to be doing in this section involve 30, 60, 90, or 45, 45, 90 triangles. So I grabbed this sheet that I was using earlier so that we can have that ready to go. Here's what we do. I want to solve for x. Here's my angle that I've been given, 30 degrees, so this is a 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90 triangle. And I have this length right here. I don't need this length. I could figure it out. This is going to be the cool part. I could actually figure out both x and whatever this distance is. But for our purposes, we don't need to do that right now. Using what I have, it looks like x is the hypotenuse, and this side that's measured 50 is adjacent to the 30 degrees, so this is the adjacent side. So which of my trig functions uses hypotenuse and adjacent? It's actually two of them now. One of them is cosine, and the other is secant. However, we're just going to use the cosine for this one. So I can set this up. The cosine of 60 degrees is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 50 over x. Now I'm going to find the cosine of 60 degrees right here. But first I'm going to get that x out of that denominator, and I'm going to try to put it all by itself. I'm going to multiply both sides by x. So I get x times the cosine of 60 degrees equals 50. And then I'm going to divide by the cosine of 60 degrees. And I'm saving myself some space here. Okay. Now we need to figure out what actually was the cosine of 60 degrees. So I come back and I look at my list. Here's cosine 30, cosine 60, 1/2. So this is x equals 50 divided by 1/2. And we remember from elementary school that dividing by a fraction means multiplying by a reciprocal. So this is the same as 2 times 50, which is 100. Now that's one way of doing it. I'm going to show you another way of doing it too. And actually you probably figured out while you're watching this. I could also have started with cosine 60 degrees equals 50 over x. Looked up cosine 60 degrees and got 1/2. Then I have a proportion, and you probably learned this in pre-algebra elementary school too. I can do a cross multiplying. So I got 1 times x equals 2 times 50. And of course I just get x equals 100, same thing. So I think if I had the choice, I'd probably do it this way if I was thinking about it ahead of time. This way, you get down to where you're dividing by a fraction, which is perfectly okay. We've done that. You have that skill. Using solving for the missing part and then replacing, that actually is going to be more useful in some of the other problems. I don't know if it's going to be more useful for the ones we're going to do, but you'll be seeing that every now and then. Let's try this one. Let's see if that's true. All right. So here's my 45. This makes a 45, 45, 90. And I've got this side, which is opposite. And again, the 30 right here, opposite of the right angle, that makes the hypotenuse. So I'm using opposite of hypotenuse, that's sine. Sine of 45, and that's going to be x over 30. So this might actually be a little bit easier if I solve for x first. I'm just going to multiply both sides by 30. And I get x equals 30 times the sine of 45. Now if I look on my list 45, sine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2 when the denominator is rationalized. So this is 30 times the square root of 2 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15. So to simplify, this is just 15 times the square root of 2. I could have also set it up as a proportion where I would have square root of 2 over 2 equals x over 30, and then I would just multiply 30 times square root of 2 over 2. I would cross multiply. So basically this is where I would end up if I had cross multiplied. So either way works. You do what you think is okay. I'm just giving you options. Problem number 7. So here's my 60 degrees. This is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. I have this side, which is opposite, opposite of the 60 degrees, and this side, which is adjacent. Opposite over adjacent is tangent. So I have tangent of 60 degrees equals 250 over x. Let's find my tangent. Tangent of 60 degrees is just the square root of 3. You can write it square root of 3 over 1. Let's see what happens. I think all I need to do is just write square root of 3. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to multiply both sides by x. So I get x times the square root of 3 equals 250. And then I'm going to divide. Some of these markers start out great. I don't know why they don't last while I'm writing with them. I'm going to divide by the square root of 3. And I should rationalize this. Square root of 3 over square root of 3. So I get 250 times the square root of 3 divided by 3. And I should check 250. Is 3 a factor of 250? It's not. So I can leave it like that. All right, we'll see you in the next video.